Here are some tips for people who want to become personal or private chefs. I receive many DMs ranging from young people considering culinary school to become private chefs to experienced restaurant chefs trying to transition to private cooking. And here are some insights from my own experiences. First, let me preface this by saying I don't have the answer to how one can easily make that pivot. I think everyone's journey is going to be different and there is no clear path to making it happen. My journey largely came down to being at the right place at the right time. I strongly believe that before becoming a personal chef, you should work in restaurants or at least gain experience in the industry at a reputable establishment. While some personal private chefs successfully go straight into private cooking, you're likely setting yourself up for failure without prior experience. You might get lucky and find a client who's tolerant of occasional mishaps or imperfect standards, but keep in mind that for most clients, hiring a personal chef is more expensive than dining out. Now, when you start working in restaurants, you have an experienced team around you who can help when you're falling behind with prep or orders. There are also chefs who will mentor you, train you, set standards, and help you grow. But when you jump into the private side, you're on your own. You don't have anyone to lean on or ask for help when it's time to prep, cook, and serve. You also won't have the luxury of making mistakes. There won't be an extra chicken breast, steak, chop, or piece of fish if you overcook, break, drop, burn, or overseason one. If you mess up, it's all on you. As their sole chef, when it's time to serve, it's time to serve. There's no, oh, I messed up something, or I burned the sauce, or I'm falling behind. Can you and your guests wait an extra 20 minutes? If you mess up, you're making yourself and your client look bad in front of their guests. And that can be a lot of pressure for most people. What if your client asks you to make something you've never made or had before? Too bad, figure it out. I believe you need some solid experience before you reach the point where you become confident in being able to make something that you've never done, especially without a test trial run or a little bit of R&D. Another thing is that no two clients will ever be the same. They're all going to have different desires, needs, and wants, so you have to constantly be adapting. As a restaurant chef, most of the time you're cooking and making dishes according to your own palate, whether it's how acidic, spicy, sweet, salty you like it, but as a personal chef, you cook to how your clients like it. And you get there by asking questions, cooking for them, and just getting to know them. Usually when I first start cooking for new clients, I start pretty mellow. It's better to start off by just making food that you know everyone will enjoy, and then build up from there until you get their palate down. And whether they want to eat Italian, Korean, French, Mexican, or whatever, you're going to have to be able to do it, at least in some capacity. Oh, and also dietary restrictions. Most clients, actually all clients, are going to have some sort of dietary restriction. Whether it's allergies, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, celiacs, allium allergy, or stuff they just don't like, whatever it might end up being, you're going to have to be able to navigate all of that and still put out food that they'll be happy with. One thing that I also think is important that might not normally be talked about is that you have to be a decent person. You're going to be spending a lot of time with these people in their home. Even if your food is amazing, if you're always panicked, stressed, a downer, negative, annoying, or just not pleasant to be around, they're most likely going to tell you to go kick rocks. With all that said, there are definitely stressful moments of being a personal or private chef, but for myself, I still think it's mountains easier than sweating and grinding on the line for 10 to 14 hour days, 6 days a week, especially for a relatively low pay. If you're burnt out or just looking for a higher paying cooking job, personal chef jobs might be the way to go. I'd love to hear from other private chefs and your journeys. Or if you're looking to jump into the personal chef game, why you want to. Good luck and take care of yourselves.